global news update on top accolade news. The headlines. Trump tariff dominates Canada's first federal leaders debate. Senator denied access to wrongfully deported U.S. resident in El Salvador. Malaysia to send ministers to U.S. for tariff talks. Maldives ban Israeli passport holders over Gaza war. In politics, Trump tariff dominates Canada's first federal leaders debate. Canada's four major party leaders clashed over trade, housing and energy in the first televised debate of the federal election. Liberal leader and Prime Minister Mark Carney, facing scrutiny over his limited French and links to the Trudeau legacy, defended his economic record while opposition leaders pressed him on tariff, housing and climate. Trump's tariff and his comment about Canada becoming the 51st U.S. state drew heated discussion, as did immigration and energy policy. The Green Party was notably absent after being disqualified from the debate, which was moved earlier to avoid clashing with the Canadian playoff game. Still in politics, Senator denied access to wrongfully deported U.S. resident in El Salvador. U.S. Senator Chris Van Hollen was denied access to Kilmar Abrego Garcia during a visit to El Salvador, where the man is being held in a high-security prison after a wrongful deportation by the Trump administration. Van Hollen, a member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, said El Salvador's vice president told him the U.S. was paying to detain Abrego Garcia, who has not been charged with any crime. The White House fired back, accusing Van Hollen of advocating for an alleged MS-13 gang member, an allegation Abrego Garcia's lawyer denied. The U.S. Supreme Court has ordered his return, but both governments remain at an impasse. Shifting focus to economy, Malaysia to send ministers to U.S. for tariff talks. Malaysia's trade and second finance ministers will travel to the U.S. later this month to address steep American tariff imposed on the country. The diplomatic mission follows a unified stance to respond to President Donald Trump's proposed reciprocal tariff, which have hit Southeast Asian economies hard. Malaysia currently faces a 24% duty. While Malaysia has ruled over retaliatory tariffs, officials are actively engaging with Washington, though they have not committed to increasing U.S. imports to ease trade tensions as some Asian nations have done. Moving to international relations, Maldives ban Israeli passport holders over Gaza war. The Maldives had officially banned Israeli passport holders from entering the country, with President Mohammed ratifying a new immigration law in response to what his office called ongoing acts of genocide by Israel against Palestinians in Gaza. The move follows a parliamentary vote and echoes growing global criticism of Israel's military action since the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack. Israel's foreign ministry has not commented or previously urged citizens to avoid the island nation. You are watching the Global News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. Still in international relations, Trump envoy meets allies in Paris for Ukraine ceasefire talks. Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and top diplomat Marco Rubio are meeting with European leaders in Paris, including French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy. The high-level talks come amid mounting casualties from recent Russian attacks, including deadly strikes on Sumy. Ukraine's foreign and defense ministers are also attending, as Europe urges the US to take a firmer stance with Russia. Witkoff briefed leaders on his recent meeting with Vladimir Putin, while tensions remain high between Trump and the Ukrainian President Zelensky, who insists Kyiv must be part of any peace deal. In crime, French prisons attacked in suspected drug gang backlash. French Interior Minister says drug trafficking gangs are most likely culprits behind a string of unprecedented attacks on prisons across the country this week. He pointed to drug dealing scum as a credible cause, though foreign influence and far-left activism are also being investigated. At least 9 prison sites were targeted with arson and other acts of violence, including a car set ablaze at a prison guard's home. The attacks appear to be a backlash against government efforts to crack down on drug crime, including plans to isolate France's top 100 drug lords in high-security prisons. The violence followed a surge in South American cocaine, flooding Europe, fueling gang expansion beyond traditional strongholds. Moving to entertainment, Mr. Beast apologizes after Las Vegas event sparks fan backlash. YouTube megastar Mr. Beast has apologized after fans slammed his Mr. Beast experience at Resort World Las Vegas as a major letdown. Marketed as an immersive 3-day event with exclusive games, merch, and a chance to win $10,000, attendees instead reported long waits in hotel rooms for underwhelming mystery bags, some containing chocolates and low-cost t-shirts. Frustrated fans confronted the resort CEO, demanding refunds for the $1,000 ticket, prompting Mr. Beast to attempt that the event fell short and promised to make amends by inviting affected fans to his studio. The event has since been removed from the hotel's website. Now in sports, Serena Williams criticizes unequal doping suspensions in tennis. Serena Williams has criticized the lenient treatment of men's world number 1 Jannik Sinner after he received a 3-month ban for 2 positive drug tests, claiming that if she had been in his position, she would have faced a 20-year ban and a loss of her Grand Slam titles. Sinner, who tested positive for the anabolic agent clostebol, has always maintained his innocence and was cleared by an independent tribunal before agreeing to a suspension with the World Anti-Doping Agency. Williams, who retired in 2022 with 23 Grand Slam titles, says she always took extra care of what she consumed during her career to avoid doping violation. A comment come amid controversy surrounding several high-profile anti-doping cases in tennis. That concludes our global news update for today. Stay tuned for more global news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojarumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.